You know, have you ever thought that maybe the most common human relationship, marriage, might actually hold the key to a divine secret? Well, today we're going to unpack a concept that the Apostle Paul called a great mystery, a hidden truth about the ultimate relationship that's been encoded in the very fabric of our lives. So right here in the book of Ephesians, after Paul's been laying out the dynamics of marriage, he makes this stunning pivot. He says this is a great mystery, and he basically reveals that his real subject wasn't just human marriage at all. Nope, he was using it to point to something cosmic, the relationship between Christ and the church.
So what is this profound secret that's hidden inside the blueprint of marriage? What is this great mystery he's talking about? Well, let's find out.
What Paul's doing here is pretty brilliant, actually. He's using the most intimate human relationship we know, marriage, as a direct illustration, like a living metaphor for a divine reality. It's basically the blueprint for understanding Christ's connection to his people.
The core analogy, the key that unlocks this whole thing, is surprisingly simple. As you can see right here, the husband represents Christ, and the wife, she represents the church. That's the collective body of all believers. This simple key is what cracks the whole mystery wide open.
So to unlock this mystery, Paul does something really cool. He reaches all the way back to the very beginning, to the book of Genesis and the blueprint for the very first marriage. And the verse he quotes contains 3 key actions that are going to be the roadmap for our entire explainer.
So there you have it, 3 steps: leaving, uniting, and becoming one flesh. This is our roadmap. Paul's argument is that what's physically true for husband and wife is a picture of what is spiritually true for Christ and the church. So let's break down each step.
Okay, part 1, leaving. If the husband represents Christ, what on earth does it mean for Christ to leave his father and mother? I mean, where is he leaving from and where is he going?
Now, this isn't about a temporary vacation or some short-term mission trip. This leaving signifies Christ's huge, radical decision to forsake his heavenly home, his Father's home, to come and set up a permanent residence with his people. He's not planning a return trip. He is moving in for good.
And this verse just brilliantly illustrates the end goal. The book of Revelation gives us this incredible picture of the future where God's literal dwelling place, his home, is right here with humanity. This is the ultimate fulfillment of that leaving, a permanent, eternal co-residence.
All right, on to part 2. After leaving, the next step is uniting. The man is joined to his wife. So what does the spiritual union between Christ and the church actually look like?
You know, this goes so much deeper than just a physical connection. To unite here means to become one in mind, in purpose, and in will. It's all about the church, which is the body, coming into perfect harmony and alignment with Christ, who is its head. He leads and the body responds in total unison.
And get this unity is so profound, so important, that Jesus himself prayed for it. He asked that his followers would be unified in the exact same way that he and God the Father are one. Wow, that is an incredible standard of unity. It's perfect, it's selfless, and it's complete.
So how does this unity even happen? Well, it all begins with recognizing Christ as the head. Then it means breaking down every single barrier that usually divides us, things like race or status or background, and then submitting our individual wants and wills to his greater purpose. It's only by doing this that all the different parts can truly form one unified body.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most mind-bending part of this whole mystery, becoming one flesh. What could that possibly mean in a spiritual sense?
So in a marriage, becoming one flesh can of course lead to having children. But in this spiritual analogy, it points to something else entirely. It's not about creating something new from us, but about the complete transformation of us, specifically our physical bodies.
This verse from Philippians is the absolute key. It promises a future moment when Christ will literally transform our humble, mortal bodies to be just like his own glorious resurrected body. That right there is the ultimate one-flesh union. I mean, just look at this comparison. We go from an earthly body made of dust to a heavenly one. From mortal and humble to glorious and eternal, made of the same material, so to speak, as Christ himself. We're going to share the same kind of existence, which makes us truly and finally one flesh with him.
Okay, so let's put it all together now. We have leaving, uniting, and becoming one flesh. What is the great mystery that these 3 steps finally reveal?
And here it is. This is the great mystery. Marriage was never just a human institution. From the dawn of creation, God designed it to be a living parable, a physical picture of Christ leaving heaven, uniting with his people, and one day transforming them to share in his eternal glory.
And so I want to leave you with this question. Understanding that the most intimate human bond we have is actually a reflection of this divine plan, a plan of sacrifice, unity, and ultimate transformation. How does that change the way you see it all? It suggests that every relationship we have holds a shadow of a much, much greater story. Definitely something to think about.